Listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's 28 and a half until 8 o'clock. Welcome to another edition of Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We have two segments today on the Buzz. First, we will put the spotlight on bread and chocolate, vegan bistro. And after our news break at 8, we will welcome our guest from Kpmg. From bread and chocolate, vegan bistro, let's welcome Reno Shanta.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Reno. Did I chop your name up, your surname?
Close enough, yeah. Close enough.
Close enough to chopping it or close enough to getting it right?
Close enough to getting it right.
Okay. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I smell chocolate chip cookies in the studio.
Yeah, chewy chocolate chip cookies.
Good morning to Paul. Paul Silver Fox holding it down this morning. Good morning, Silver Fox.
Morning, Paul.
Now, Reno, bread and chocolate. Whenever I pass the restaurant and I see the name, I think bread and chocolate. Boy, we get lots of chocolate in there. What's in the name?
Well, the name itself was chosen in part because it's two of our favorite foods, right? And back, like we opened up in 2013, and we were coming up with names with our business plan, and we really didn't want to do anything that was in your face. Vegan, because I think even the word vegan can be threatening or intimidating to people, or maybe it might put them off. You know, so we wanted to get something that people walk by and go, "Oh man, it's bread and chocolate. Of course, I'm going in there." And so that the name came up, and we thought, "What? That sounds great." So we just rolled with that. So originally, we were just called Bread and Chocolate.
Bread and Chocolate.
We just left it Bread and Chocolate, and we tagged on Vegan Bistro a few years later after we. Got our reputation going, I think.
You've slowly convinced the public that vegan is good for you.
Oh, well, you know what? It's there were no options like back when we opened up the restaurant. Being my wife and I, my wife Agata Kalitsky, she's my business partner as well. Okay. We're both vegan, and we've traveled, the planet. Like seeking out vegan food and seeing where places have struck home runs and done very badly. And, we just thought, wow, we got to do something in Cayman because there's nothing here. And but again, it was a bit intimidating because, we're going to a seafaring nation and, they live off the sea.
Conch, lobster,
yeah.
well,
so it was a big risk. So we started small. We really liked the shop, the location, and thought, we did a business plan around it, and thought, let's learn from other people's mistakes and successes out when we were traveling, and try to put something together, and introduce it to Cayman, and do it, gently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how has it been so far?
It's been great.
Okay,
it's great. And the crazy thing is, when I did my research to begin with. There was we were looking at how much of the population could be potentially vegetarian. There's people that eat vegetarian for religious purposes and so forth. And we thought, well, it seemed like there would be quite a few people here that would be interested in that. And my wife and I like talking to people quite a bit. And our customers that came in, for the most part, were not. They were not vegan, not vegetarian. A very small percentage were vegan or vegetarian, and that was shocking and wonderful at the same time.
Yeah, it's a new market opened up for you there. You know?
It's great because we think every time somebody that is a full-on carnivore, every time they come into our restaurant, that's a win for us because we really adhere to the ethical aspect of our business, and so we think one beet burger sold is a little less pressure on the animal food industry, and so that's a win for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that location you're at right now, that used to be a restaurant called Copper Kettle. Carita's Copper Kettle.
Yeah.
Famous for local food, local cuisine.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a great location. But I'm glad Bread and Chocolate is there now. Bread and Chocolate Vegan Bistro. I have a confession to make, Reno. I've been in there once. I came with a friend of mine, and I really wanted to try the food out.
Right.
And she wasn't going to have vegan for anything.
Yeah.
No. So she made me leave and go to Burger King.
Wow.
To get a burger.
Wow.
And I've not been back. So I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna bring her back. I'm gonna convince her that she can have a full stomach on vegan food.
Well, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about vegan food, and like I said, even the word vegan, and like I choose to say plant-based.
Plant-based, correct.
It's a little softer, gentler, and a little more all-encompassing. When you say vegan, it really just sounds like it's just too much. So what especially like I mentioned with our travels, a lot of places were small, and people that had never been in the food industry think, hey, I'm vegan, I'm going to open up a vegan restaurant, and they would serve you like a raw kale salad with just like stuff that you just don't want, right? And it's not like that at all. I mean, we especially my wife really was very much a stickler with this, and I support her 1,000% with this, is that we wanted to make food that was identifiable and delicious. And in fact, our mission statement is modern, responsible, delicious. And if we can't,
Getting me hungry already.
Yeah, if we can't hit all those three things, we won't serve it. And people just keep saying like our number one seller is called the Island Bowl, and it always has been. And if you can't get filled up with that thing,
what's it called?
Island Bowl.
Oh, Island Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just it's a crazy seller. It's always been our number one seller almost from the very beginning. And if you can't get filled up, like I said, it's really a satisfying dish.
So
it
generally,
really is.
what type of cuisine is served at your bistro?
We shoot at comfort food with a bit of a Caribbean flair, but you can get like burgers and sandwiches, and there's even some British influence. We have, like on weekends, we have a vegan fry up. We have shepherd's pie. But again, I mentioned the Island Bowl. That has jerk spices, has like roasted jerk tofu in it with black beans and grilled plantain and sautéed greens. It's just brown rice as well, or quinoa. It's just like all these things, like they're really satisfying comfort food things, and like we have loads of breakfast items. Like you can get a waffle or French toast if you want, but we have, a lot of other options that are really, really wonderful and satisfying.
What are some of your signature dishes that you serve? Well, we've got salad bowl for one.
The Island Bowl.
Okay.
Island Bowl is the first one, but we in fact call the dish bread and chocolate. And what that is a coconut tahini battered French toast stuffed with roasted chocolate hazelnut butter with bananas and strawberries, and top it off with some fresh made coconut vanilla ice cream. It's crazy good.
Now, Reno, before we got started this morning, you told me that you're a vegan, right?
Yes.
And how long you've been a vegan?
I don't even know. And I'll be honest with you, it started, like my journey basically started from university. And I had a lot of digestive issues when I was a kid. And I didn't really know what it was about. And when I got to university, in one of my classes, I think it was called Urban Geography in my second year or first year. And I learned that lactose intolerance was a thing. I had no idea I've never heard of it before. And I'm like, wow, that kind of makes sense. And so I started testing on myself, and I would drink milk. I'm like, oh my God, I feel terrible, right? And so it basically was, I started paying far closer attention to my body and how I responded to things that I put into my body. And out of exclusion, I pretty much became vegan out of exclusion, and finding things that made me feel great rather than bogging me down. And then I heard about vegan. I'm like, holy cow, I think I'm vegan. And that probably was, I mean, if you're thinking university, that's about 30 years ago.
Wow.
But I've fallen off the train. You know, I mean,
You have?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Okay.
Quite a few times. But since
Is it hard to get back on?
No, it's easy to get back.
Okay.
But I think what has really cemented it now and makes it like there's a point of no return for me now is grabbing onto the ethical aspect of it, being kind and being kind to the planet. Yeah. I just couldn't ever see myself eating animal-based product again. I can't.
I'm with you. You, Reno. This is April will be my 7th year of not touching that chicken or
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. And I have no desire to go back there. Yeah. So I'm still trying. I'm a pescatarian. I just told you. Yeah. I just need to work my way out of the seafood and get myself to be vegan. I want to go there. But it's hard. It's hard to leave the lobster and the shrimp,
It is. And I agree. And I think people where they fail is where they just cut everything out all at once. And say,
well,
I did
that to meat. Yeah. Cold turkey. I went cold turkey one weekend, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, if you can maintain it, then that is a very big accomplishment. I think.
Well, I have. Yeah. Not fall off the wagon once.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
No. I'm proud of that. But so you offer vegan Caribbean dishes, correct?
Part of it, yeah. And our specials are. We have our chef Wadian, who's been with us since 2013. He's from Jamaica, and so his influence really shines through, especially in the specials. He does a tremendous job, and he likes bringing things in. He's done like brown stew cauliflower and.
Nice.
That's totally his. We do an escovitch. We either do tofu escovitch or eggplant escovitch. We embrace all of those things. It's the flavors, right? It's like the escovitch. The important part of the escovitch is the sauce, right? It's not whether it's on chicken or snapper or what I mean. It's the sauce and the rice and beans and whatever else that goes with it, right? So. So we use that, and people are like, holy cow, this is escovitch. Well, yeah,
If you're just joining us, you're listening to The Business Buzz. This is our first segment for this Tuesday morning, and we're speaking to Reno. Reno is the owner of Bread and Chocolate Vegan Bistro, and it's located at the corner of Dr. Royce Drive and Edward Street in Georgetown. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. But we're going to take a quick break after we thank our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Thank you for your proud and kind and generous sponsorship of the Business Buzz today.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
On November the 23rd, 1935, under the direction of Commissioner Allen Woosley Cardinal, Grand Cayman saw the installation of the first telegraph station, followed by Cayman Brac in 1936, through a joint venture with the Cuban government. The building was funded and constructed by the Cubans, and equipment paid for by subscribers and Cable and Wireless Limited. During the opening ceremony, a telegraph message was received from Governor of Jamaica, Sir Edward Denham, and the islands sent their first telegraph to King George V.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Zara. If you are students in Cayman between 3 and 16 years old and love reading books like I do, welcome to the first Rotary Central Video Book Reports competition. Record your short video, no more than 90 seconds, on why you love your favorite book, what made you excited, or what made you laugh. There are lots of fabulous prizes. Too many to talk about now. For further information and sign up, go to Rotary Central Cayman Islands Facebook page or email david.rotarycentral@gmail.com. Record your book report video and send it by March 31st. So easy, so fun. The Rotary Central Cayman Islands Video Book Report Competition. Rotary serves to change lives.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. This is the Business Buzz. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning on outside. Last time I looked through the window. In the studio this morning, we have Reno. Reno is the owner of Bread and Chocolate Vegan Bistro, and we're talking about vegan dishes and all about his restaurant. Reno, what dish would you recommend to someone who may be for the first time thinking of trying a vegan meal in your restaurant?
Well, we do. One of the things I'm most proud of is us coming up with versions of food dishes that people are familiar with, but the vegan version, and really taking it to the next level. And I think one of the first things I would get people to try would be our Conch Fritters. Now we spell them Conch with C-O-N-K. C-O is for coconut, N is for nori, and K is kale. And so, and we serve them with a Scotch bonnet aioli, and they are, in my opinion, they are amazing. I think I've had the originals, and quite a few, back when I was working with Mise en Place, I've tried it because that was one of our number one sellers for catering. And so I had a pretty good idea of what a Conch fritter should taste like and look like, and the textures and everything about it. And I think they stand up to anybody's Conch fritters. I would love to go in a Conch fritter competition, put ours in, and see if anybody could tell, one, that they're vegan, and then two, to find out if where they would stand on a taste and quality level. I'd be thrilled to do that.
All right.
So Conch fritters, number one.
Conch fritters, okay.
I think my personal favorite sandwich, because we have a whole wide array of sandwiches, is our pulled porkless sliders. And what we do is we have oven-roasted barbecue jackfruit, and we put them in our fresh-baked little slider buns with a creamy coleslaw on top. And I think by far it's our best sandwich. And so if you're looking for a sandwich, I would go down that road. But there's many, many others. And I had mentioned the Island Bowl previously.
Right.
And the Island Bowl, to me, is for a person from the Caribbean, if they want to get something kind of familiar as a first step into our restaurant, for sure, go for it.
What's in the Island Bowl?
So, oven-roasted jerk tofu, black beans, grilled plantain, sautéed kale, your choice of brown rice or quinoa, and some roots of beet and carrot. And we serve. We put a little bit of coconut sauce on the black beans to give it a little bit of sweetness. And we have what we use on the side of everything is our Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. And people go crazy for this sauce. And all of our sauces are made from scratch. Like we even make our ketchup. Like I don't give my kitchen a break at all. They have to make all the sauces, all of our breads. Like everything is made from scratch. That's a philosophy with ours. So you know what you're getting. It's from whole food bases and really lovely. So, if those three things that I mentioned, the Conch Fritters, the pulled porkless sliders, and the island bowl. I mean, those are just starters, and there's a wide variety on there that I would hope that people could just sort of navigate through the menu and find things that they like. And there's people that come in and they won't they'll find one thing they like on the menu, and I swear they get it every single day.
And so this is a popular dish then, island bowl.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So we went through COVID. We're now I don't know if we should call it post-COVID.
We're still going through.
We're still going through it.
Yeah.
But what was it like for you during the pandemic?
It was close to catastrophic. I think I got to tip my hat to the Cayman Islands government for stepping in and helping small businesses like ours. We went from March. We're 2 years to the almost to the day.
2 years,
right?
yeah, that's right.
So we went from our business. I think at the very, very beginning we had dropped as much as 70 to 80% overnight.
Wow.
You can't operate a business like that. You can't. And then we signed up as an essential service, and we were doing food for Meals on Wheels because there were vegetarian seniors that needed food. So we just did whatever we could to kind of stay open. I had staff, and I felt obligated that we got to keep them employed. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to do it, so I had to try to find ways to make it happen. And there just wasn't any way of making it work. We tried.
Were you doing deliveries?
Oh, I would. If somebody wanted a dish in Kpmg, I drove there personally.
Okay.
one dish, and I'd drive all the way to Kpmg just to drop it off. Mm-hmm. And there were times where I would drive for 3 days and only see one other car. Just those times are just still vivid in my mind. But we delivered everywhere we could to anybody that wanted our food. And then, fortunately, the government started stepping in and providing much-needed assistance.
That's right.
It's still, I gotta say, it helped. But when things like the online delivery services came through, the bentos and Let's Eats and them. They helped as well, and they kind of opened up the doors to more businesses. But at the end of the day, you really are never going to fully supplement the loss from overnight tourists and the cruise ship passengers that were there. It was just devastating, and it has been devastating. It still is.
Well, cruises started back yesterday.
Yeah, it started back yesterday, and to be honest with you, we didn't notice anything. In fact, my Monday last week was quite a bit busier than yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So it's unusual, but I was off island, so I didn't get a chance to see what was going on. But it really was. We've had to adjust so many different ways. We have to change our business, be more focused on takeaway and delivery, and it just a tremendous challenge. And you just having so much uncertainty and never knowing, we were always told that, hey, at the beginning, the borders should reopen next month or the month after. So you keep staff on and you keep retooling, you keep preparing. So there was a lot of financial loss because you just kept hanging on, So, we're going to be licking our wounds for a long time. There's no way. I think to be quite frank, I think if had I known it would be a 2-year long journey, I would have shut the doors a year and a half ago.
Oh no!
And then,
we're glad you remained open.
Yeah, I would have put it on pause. Mm-hmm. Tried to, put it on pause, and then when things reopen, then we would be like, okay, let's put it back. But I'm glad we stuck it through because we were able to keep some of our staff on, and we had to scale down considerably. Because where else are they going to work?
I'm sure you have your regular customers.
Oh yeah, and we people, like I said, we people that come every single day.
So
and
do you still do delivery?
Yes. Well, no, delivery is all handled now by the delivery services because it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
We just focus on what we do. They focus on what they do, and that's the best way to roll.
Okay. Do you have any catering? Do you offer catering services?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you do. Okay.
Yeah, catering would just be, we can do. We've often done a lot of things like breakfast. We sell loads of cakes, and like special treats and that kind of thing. But yeah, we can do business lunches.
And thanks for bringing the special treats for us this morning.
Yeah.
Vegan cookies.
Yeah.
I've never had vegan cookies.
Wow.
Well, my first time. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
So, Reno, what are your opening hours?
Monday to Friday, 8 till 3, and Saturdays, 8 till 2. We used to be open for dinner and on Sundays, but because we had to scale down through COVID, we're not doing that right now. But the hope is, of course, now that the border is opening up and the business is opening up, that we'll be able to start expanding again.
Okay. Where are you located? I mentioned the location earlier, but give us a more specific location of
I really
bread and
encourage
chocolate.
Yeah, I encourage people to take the bus to come into town because we're right near the bus station downtown. But really, right across from the courthouse. If you've been on Island for a long time, you'll know that next door used to be the Cayman National Bank. We were right next door to that. But all the banks are leaving now. Scotiabank's gone. But now
was that Cayman National Bank or First Caribbean?
It was Cayman National.
Cayman National?
Maybe it was First Caribbean before that. So that's even before me. So
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But across from the courthouse.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll
That's
find
right.
us. Yeah.
I think that's close to Dr. Roy's Drive, right? Is that
Corner
right?
of Dr. Roy and Edwards.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dr. Roy and Edward. No. What would you like to leave with our listeners this morning, Rena?
Well, I'd like for you to come and try it. I mean, I think a lot of people ask me about like vegan. Like, what is it about the plant-based diet, and how can they become or if they're interested in about it, how they can become vegan? They should come in and just try something, ask questions, just try something and see how it is. And I hope that they'd be surprised because we really have food on our menu that is really identifiable and is delicious. Like I said, it's modern, responsible, delicious. I think you'd really be surprised. And you know what? We're a local business, 100% Kpmg owned, and it'd be nice to have everyone's support and continue to support because people have supported us tremendously. And we're working hard for you, and we'll continue to do so.
So, Reno, the listeners this morning, or the viewers, they can come into Bread and Chocolate Vegan Bistro and say, I want to speak to Reno. I heard him on the buzz this morning.
Yep.
And I want to talk to him and get some more information.
Absolutely.
So, folks, you heard me. Go over to Bread and Chocolate and just look for Reno and have a chat.
Look for the beard.
Look for the beard. The bearded guy. Reno, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thanks for the chocolate chip cookies. We're going to have a feast up in here this morning.
No problem. Thank you, Anita. And thank you, Paul.
Yeah, and Paul had a tester this morning, so he's not going to wait, right?
Yeah.
So, Paul, you need some decaf coffee with that.
Yeah.
Thanks again, and good luck with your business. And
thank you.
I'm going to be in there I'm going to bring my friend back, I promise you.
Perfect.
She was pregnant at the time, so she had a craving for meat, and I didn't know that. Wrong time to check out a vegan restaurant. Thanks again. We're going to take a quick break. When after the 8 a.m. News and traffic and everything else, we'll have our second segment with our guests from Kpmg, so please stay tuned.
Radio Cayman time check is now 8 a.m. This time check is brought to you by our friends at Foster's.
Looking for better prices?
You'll always find them at Foster's.
Just like Charmin Ultra Soft Bathroom Tissue. 6-pack only $4.19, save $2.80.
Or find better value on bubbly sparkling water. 12-ounce just $2.79, save $2.70. And Forager organic dairy-free cashew milk yogurts, 2 for $4.
You'll find even more great specials across the island at all Foster's locations and online at fosters.ky. Foster's. Better prices because we care.
Price is good until 23rd March 2022.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. Public Accounts Committee meets today to follow up on efforts by government to address recommendations handed down from the group previously. Today, the Auditor General will provide an update on government's progress in implementing recommendations from 3 PAC reports. She says overall, only 27% of the 54 recommendations have been implemented. The Auditor General has pointed out that almost half of the recommendations are assessed as amber, meaning only some progress has been made. The Auditor General described this lack of advancement as, quote, disappointing. The first report discussed today will relate to customs, with the first witness set to be at 9:30 a.m. Tune into our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, to hear the proceedings live. The Family Resource Center and the Wellness Committee of the Cayman government are hosting a virtual roundtable, Civil Service Women in Leadership, on Wednesday. Participants will come from the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture and Housing, the Fire Service, the Department of Environment, and the Department of Planning. The clinical supervisor at the FRC, Charmaine Miller, says, quote, this roundtable discussion will highlight female leaders' journeys, challenges, and advice for future generation of female leaders. For this year's Honoring Women Month calendar, or for more information, call 949-0006. And folks in the Sister Islands, take a moment to celebrate and reflect on 2 visits from the Queen during her 70-year reign. CIGTV's Donna Bush has more with MP Moses Kirkconnell.
Each morning, cool sea breezes sweetly blowing. With our schoolmates we were.
In light of Cayman's celebration of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, events kicked off this weekend with the minister's first ever youth forum, Caymanian Proud, Members of Her Majesty, designed to allow youngsters from both sister islands to share and discuss issues affecting them. The event began with discussing memories of the Queen's 1983 and 1994 visits.
For her to step foot in the Cayman Islands in 1983 for the first memory tour was something very special, because then it brought it to us that not only were we close enough to her to realize that she was a person just like we were, but she was a person that was dedicated.
Now, the ministry concluded their BRAC activities with a free Cayman Islands folk singers concert rescheduled from January this year. The show, partly funded by the ministry, tapped into folk traditions and musical memories of Cayman's past. The event proved a stunning display and upholding of Cayman's cultural heritage. Of course, you can find a full recap of each of these events on the Cayman Islands government's YouTube channel on demand.
Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. President Zelensky says Ukraine has a chance of surviving the Russian assault on his country now in its 4th week. However, the Ukrainian military has warned that Russia is likely to continue its indiscriminate attacks. Heavy fighting is continuing around the besieged city of Mariupol and Kharkiv and Chernihiv in the north. The Ukrainians say they've carried out a series of successful counterattacks against the Russian invaders, recapturing the town of Makariv, west of the capital Kyiv. The authorities in Boryspil, where Kyiv's international airport is located, have urged people to leave in order to help the work of Ukrainian troops. The WHO has verified more than 60 Russian attacks on healthcare facilities. It says 15 people have been killed. The agency also said hundreds of thousands of refugees suffer from trauma. A pro-Kremlin paper that published high figures of Russian casualties on Monday says its site had been hacked. The article in Komsomolskaya Pravda has said almost 10,000 soldiers have been killed. The figure tallies with Western estimates. In the past few minutes, a Russian court has sentenced Alexei Navalny to 9 years in a maximum security prison. He was earlier found guilty of what the prosecutors called embezzlement. His spokesperson has dismissed the case as fabricated. A representative of the Southeast Asian Regional Bloc has been in Myanmar for talks aimed at ending the political crisis caused by last year's military takeover. The ASEAN envoy met the general who led the coup. but wasn't allowed to see the ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi, whom the junta has detained. And that's the latest BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Did you know that ValueMed Pharmacy has a free online prescription service? Managing your health and medical requirements has never been easier with ValueMed. Simply visit value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com and click the Refill Prescriptions tab on our website. Fill in the information for new prescriptions or refills and choose your preferred pickup location. ValueMed on Walkers Road or Town. Then bring in your original prescription from your doctor when picking up. There's no need to stand in line and wait for your prescription. Save time and pick up prescriptions at your convenience by visiting value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Head east on Cove Road. Sharp left on Church Street. Sharper left. No, your other left. Did I say left? Nope, you missed it. Okay, I'm lost.
With money-saving bundling options for home and motor, we're like a GPS that doesn't steer you wrong. CG Britcay. Good like that.
Let's stop and ask for directions.
Beautiful morning, Cayman. It's Tuesday, March 22nd. Let's take a look at your weather compliments of our friends at CG Britcay. Present temperature now 79 degrees Fahrenheit. It's partly cloudy on the outside. It feels like about 84. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity 83%. Last night's dew point was at 73. Barometric pressure is at 29.94 inches and falling. Moderate to fresh winds and seas are expected over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a ridge of high pressure builds over the northwest Caribbean. So our forecast for today calls for partly cloudy skies becoming cloudy at times with a 40% chance of morning showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds will be east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots. And seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Small craft should exercise caution over the open waters. Then later tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of late night showers. Temperatures will fall to the mid-70s. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. We're in a low tide. High tide is coming up at 11:51 this morning. It's going to be low at 6:30 this evening. For tomorrow, high tide is at 1:29 a.m., low at 7:53 a.m., high at 12:53 a.m., and low at 7:46 p.m. Sunset this evening is at 6:36, sunrise at 6:27 tomorrow, and the outlook is for similar weather through Thursday morning. And that, my friends, is your latest weather. The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... oh, whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Brit K. Good like that.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
11 minutes after 8 o'clock, and looking at the east-west arterial, still a bit of traffic pile-up out that way as you try to make your way to Georgetown, so expect some delays. Similar with looking out from the King Sports Center, traffic delays there as well along the Linford Pearson, some coming through Old Crew Road. Yes, some people got caught in the third lane leading to South Sound, and merging traffic there is kind of difficult. Of course, looking now from Jose's gas station, similar, got some people on bicycle. Just be careful with them as well. Traffic at a crawl pace there along Crew Road. Looking out at Huldah Avenue, traffic slow paced as well. And most streets in Georgetown, traffic feeding in quite good. Looking at the Butterfield roundabout, a bit of traffic coming off the Esley Tibbetts Highway. And some traffic heading east towards the Dorsey Drive area. Continuing southward bound, Godfrey Nixon Way looking good, Eastern Avenue, Shannon Road, and the small streets in between Georgetown getting busy. But the traffic, of course, coming out of the eastern area, especially going through South Sound, expect some delays as well. Turning up Walker's Road, expect some delays there as well. South Church Street, delays. Traffic coming out of the east, a little bit of headache this morning time, but of course will ease up as the morning progresses. Your traffic report brought to you by our friends at Subway.
Subway is serving up a special new sauce, bursting with flavor in every bite. The new Savory Collection is a tropical sweet and spicy sauce made with a combination of spices, habanero peppers, thyme, onion, black pepper, ginger, citrus juices, and molasses.
So good. Wow. Sensational. Delicious.
Subway's Savory Collection pairs perfectly with our oven roasted chicken or steak sub. Savor the flavor. For a limited time, only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Youth Fox. The program for all people, by young people. Youth Fox.
Hey, it's Tasha from Brock. Remind you to tune in to Youth Flex on Wednesdays from 4 to 5.
Coming up on the Flex, hear how our overseas recipients have made their mark in Cayman.
Youth Flex. You can also join us on YouTube Live for Youth Flex, the program for all people, by young people. Youth Flex. More and talk.
Shout out to all my Brockers.
Youth Flex. More and talk. More and talk.
Let me tell you something. I've been fishing our island since I was a boy, and it's getting harder and harder to get a good catch. Maybe it's because there are so many more people in Cayman than ever before. Maybe it's because of how the climate is changing. I don't know about that, but I do know that I want to be able to keep fishing and teach my children to fish one day as well. So it makes sense to me that we have certain areas and certain times of the year to fish for certain things. This year, a new rule was placed on fishing for grouper that says no one can fish for nass or grouper anywhere in Cayman from December 1st to April 30th while they're spawning. There is also no fishing allowed at all for any kinds of fish in the spawning zones, and no scuba diving there either. It feels unfair not to be allowed to fish where my dad taught me to fish, but I know that being patient now means we can keep fishing for many more generations. We're all in this together, right?
For more info, download the Cayman DOE app or visit doe.ky.
Something big is coming to Radio Cayman.
How you heard? Well, what is it?
For 3 days only, April 5th to 7th.
I know what it is, but I can't tell you. Ma, you don't know? How you know?
You don't want to miss this.
Well, hurry up and tell us now.
Radio Cayman is offering something big for all our advertisers. Contact rcsales@gov.ky or get in touch with your account executive to learn more.
So you're really not going to tell us?
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, Anita Khan.
15 and a half after 8 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We're into our second segment on the Buzz this morning, and we have a full house. Oh, my goodness. We have 6 guests in the studio. Never had 6 guests before. I've had 5, 4.5. maybe 1.5. I had a baby last week, 9 months old, so that was fun. But in the studio this morning, we'll be speaking to the folks from Kpmg. And let me tell you a little bit about Kpmg. Kpmg in the Cayman Islands is one of the leading professional services firms with over 300 employees. Oh my. And 25 partners delivering audit, tax, and advisory services to clients worldwide. They provide industry insights to help organizations negotiate risks and perform in the dynamic and changing environments in which they do business. This morning, we'll hear all about Kpmg's scholarship opportunities from our Kpmg guests in the studio. And like I said, we have a full house. So let me start with, we have Ms. Sheena Hislop. Sheena is a partner, head of local recruitment at Kpmg. Ms. Catherine Houts, partner, tax department. Here. And we have Cindy Reed. She's manager, learning and talent development.
Good
people
morning,
team.
all listeners.
She's ready to go. We have the only gentleman in the room, Mr. Arno Van Dyck.
Great. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
Right.
Good morning. Yeah.
Okay. He's director of Kpmg Impact. And we have Rochelle, Miss Rochelle Gardner. Rochelle is staff accountant and scholarship recipient alumni. And last but not least, we have Deanne Blackman. Deanne is markets and marketing. Good morning, everybody, again.
Good morning. Morning.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Fine. I don't see. I only see one coffee cup. So that means only one person is awake.
I slugged a bunch in the car right here.
So, give us some background on Kpmg and the main services you offer. And we'll start with Sheena. Good morning, Sheena.
Yeah. Morning. Yeah. So I think you spoke briefly about it.
Yes, I did.
We offer tax advisory and audit to our clients worldwide. We work in a number of countries: UK, US, Canada, South America, Asia, and Europe. And locally, we deal with a number of those countries. So,
okay. Yeah. Now, this morning we're putting the focus on Kpmg's Ignite Your Future Opportunities. And we're going to learn all about your scholarship opportunities. Now, how important is lifelong learning and educational development programs that benefit people of all ages in our community?
Sure. It's really very important to us, and our objectives are aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality education, as you know. And we really strive to inspire confidence through our actions and working to support individuals as well as various educational programs in Cayman, including our Kpmg Brain Bowl, our Kpmg Money Talks, our Lunch and Learn programs, as well as partnering with local charities such as Life.
Okay. Now, what are the key features of the Kpmg Ignite Your Future program?
Okay, so we really launched our Ignite Your Future program to sort of highlight the full array of our educational initiatives that kind of supports our local youth in a collaborative way. And it really comprises our scholarship programs, our work experience opportunities, our training programs, our summer internships, and our professional designation sponsorships as well. And so today that's really what we're here for, to share more about these opportunities and to encourage people to apply for these opportunities as well.
So when did this program start?
We started this program, sponsoring or providing scholarships to individuals started as far back as early as the 1980s. So we've been doing it for quite a while. We just expand and evolve as we move along. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you give a scholarship. So how many scholarships do you give? Just one?
Well, currently we have 15 students on scholarship, and they're in a number of countries. They're locally in the US, UK, and Canada. Last year we granted a total of 8 scholarships in 2021, and we're currently doing our interviewing process this year for 2022.
And Rochelle is an alum.
Yes, ma'am.
You enjoy the scholarship.
Oh, absolutely. I was the first Novelet eBanks scholarship recipient back in...
That's what it's called, Novelet eBanks.
Yes, back in 2015.
2050. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you. We'll get to you. Now, Sheena, how would you, can you shed some light on the two types of scholarships being offered at Kpmg?
Sure. We have two types of scholarships, like you said, and the first one's the Kpmg Ignite Your Future Annual Scholarship, and we provide financial assistance for students to study locally at UCCI or at ICCI, and then we also offer assistance to study abroad, whether it's in the UK, Canada, or the US. And then we have the Novelette eBank's Inspirational Scholarship, which Rochelle mentioned. And that was created in memory of our Kpmg partner, Novelette, who we lost at a very early age in 2013. And she was very passionate about mentoring a number of our local youth, and the scholarship was created in remembrance of her.
Okay. So you do have a mentoring program?
We do have a mentoring program,
as well.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're not talking about mentoring this morning, are we? We're talking scholarship. Okay. We'll have you back to talk about mentoring next time. No. Can you speak to some of the key features of the scholarship program?
Sure. I think under each of the scholarships, the Ignite Your Future annual scholarship, a recipient would receive up to US $30,000 annually for a period of 5 years while they study their degree. And under the Novelette eBank scholarship, they receive a grant of up to $50,000 annually for a period of 5 years while they study their degree. And then an airfare stipend is also provided for them to travel back and forth to the island during their school year. And the funds are really used towards tuition, room and board, and books as necessary.
And there's still airfare thrown in there like that.
Yeah.
And some money to shop at the mall. Nope. That would be a plus, right? No. Who is Kpmg's scholarship program geared towards?
I think our scholarship program, and first and foremost, Miss Anita and Radio Cayman.
And this is Cindy.
Yes, sorry. On behalf of Kpmg, we just really appreciate you having us on air, showcasing the dynamic opportunities that we have for our young Caymanians in the area. So again, thank you very much for having us on. So in terms of what the internship offers, and work experience opportunities. Internships are a wide range. To be honest, I've written them down because we've expanded by two, which we'll speak to later on in the discussion. But if you are a Caymanian and looking for an internship across all of the departments that we offer, any areas of asset management, banking, private equity, enterprise, marketing, information systems, compliance, finance, marketing, and of course the people team, which is basically comprised of our HR folks that are generalists that look after maybe the benefits side, those who are in the recruitment aspect of things, and also on the learning and the development side of things. So we have a number of different internships that are available during the summer. The amazing opportunity includes the training that we discussed, the mentoring, having the one-on-one with those individuals that are specialists within their area. So they're able to break down those ideas and explain them at a very granular level so they can understand them. We also invite those individuals for internships when they're 17 years or older. And I'll say that again, you have to be 17 years or older. Yes, we have to have a little bit of a mark there. There are opportunities for all other students, but not the summer internship over the summer. So 17 and older, we would look at applying. You can apply right now, so I highly encourage you to go to our website, which I'll share towards the end of the conversation, and you can apply, and our application deadline is April 30th of this year, so next month, the end of the month.
And of course, Cindy is the Learning and Talent Development person over at Kpmg. People team, is that what you call your HR department? People team?
We do. Mm-hmm. It's a Kpmg term that we use, and that encompasses those different areas.
I like it. People team. It's not HR anymore. It's a people team. It's a beautiful. These are people who you have to, you have to suck up to, because they're people who you get around. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, Cindy, you are this is you're the learning and team development person. Now, how does it work for you? I mean, you're a people person, right?
I'd like to think so. Yes.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be in
Definitely.
this position, right?
Yes.
Now, with regards to learning and talent, do you offer within Kpmg? Do you offer like just training? I know you mentioned lunch and learn, but do you offer for your employees? Do you offer any kind of like light courses so that employees can do that on their own time? Stuff like that?
Absolutely. The common term is called soft skills. We're trying to move away from soft skills.
Oh, soft skills.
Yep.
Soft skills.
We have technical training, and then we have some soft skills.
Okay.
Trying to move away from the soft skills term and say general skills.
Okay.
And those general skills can include speaking, presentation skills, working in dynamic environments. There can be Excel courses, a number of different courses, and that again is on that general skills side. We also have the technical side, which I will leave it to the other professionals in the room. But what's wonderful about KPMG and our learning and development aspect is we have a number of platforms, a number of learning platforms like LinkedIn Learning that is free for all of our staff, whether they come in at a work experience level, an internship level, and that as a scholarship student. So they have the access to literally sign in. It's completely free. They can go to the search window. They type in the area in which is most important to them, and whether it be relaxing, because mental health is definitely very important to us here at KPMG, and it will bring up a number of different, whether it be podcasts with individuals that will be able to share with them a number of different insights as to what they can do. There's bite-sized sessions, so it makes it quite easy for our professionals to take advantage of that as well. And then we have in-house lunch and learns and things of that nature too. A buffet of learning, shall I say.
Buffet. I like that. Yeah, I love that. LinkedIn Learning. Very good. Yes. Now, so that's amazing that you, besides the scholarship, you can do general learning. Yeah, very good. That was Cindy. Cindy, we moved to Arno. Arno, I'm not gonna call you a surname. Arno is KPMG Impact. Now, what is KPMG Impact?
Yeah, great question, and it's a new area for us as KPMG. With KPMG Impact, we basically have really brought together sort of the brightest minds, the best technology to really help our clients solve some of the biggest challenges that we are facing today in the world, often summarized in the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So issues like climate change, biodiversity loss, inequality, access to education, poverty, etc., for which our clients are asking us more and more to help them and to solve those issues and to address those issues, whether it's clients from the government or from business or from NGOs. And with KPMG Impact, we have really put a mark on that, and we are really looking forward to applicants that want to work professionally in that area as well.
Okay. Now, we hear the term ESG more often these days. Could you explain what is ESG and the services that KPMG
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so ESG is indeed a term that's been used a lot. It's basically a generic term used in the industry. It stands for environmental, social, and governance issues or factors, and it basically refers to the issues I just mentioned, like climate change or inequality. And it's just an abbreviation that sort of easily makes to make reference to. And our services span sort of across a spectrum of strategy development, so working with our clients to think about how do we actually address climate change, how is it going to affect us, but it's also measurement of impacts that our clients are having, whether it's positive or negative, and how they then can mitigate some of the negatives or actually sort of excel in the positive impacts that they're having, whether that's on biodiversity or whether that's on education, for example.
I'm stunned because I didn't think that KPMG would encompass all of that, impact on the environment. Oh, this is good. No. Let's say if a student is interested in a career in ESG, what types of projects could they look forward to working with, working on, and what types of university degree should they pursue?
Yeah, great question. I think for for us, it's really great to have students that have, for example, are pursuing a business degree or an accounting degree, and would then, if they want to pursue a career in sustainability, do a major, for example, in sustainability or sustainability management. The names differ basically per university, and those that are really keen on getting involved into this could even do a master's. There's masters in sustainable finance or masters in sustainability management at many of the universities in the UK or the US or Canada these days.
Do we have anything locally? Any like ICCI, UCCI, where they can,
It starts to come, and there's a couple of sort of local courses, but
not a complete package, not a complete.
Not a complete. Yeah,
not a
exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
not a degree program.
Yeah.
Now we're going to take a quick break. Didn't realize we'd gone over time on my break. I want to thank our sponsors this morning: Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
The Ministry of Education invites all eligible Caymanians to apply for an Education Council Local Scholarship for the 2022-2023 academic year. To apply for a local scholarship or learn more about the various scholarship offerings, please visit the Scholarship Secretariat Unit's website at www.moescholarships.gov.ky. Applications close on Saturday, April 30th, 2022.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is our second final segment for this Tuesday morning. We have a full studio, and I'm always happy when we have a full house. That means I get to talk less. We're looking at Kpmg's Ignite Your Future opportunities this morning, and in studio we have Ms. Sheena Hislop. Sheena is the partner, head of local recruitment. Ms. Catherine Houtz, she's partner tax. We'll hear from her in a little bit. We heard from Miss Cindy Reed, manager learning and talent development, people team. The only gentleman in the room, Mr. Arno, Director, Kpmg Impact, and also have Rochelle Gardner. Rochelle is staff accountant and scholarship. She's a scholarship recipient alumni. And we have markets and marketing, Miss Deanne Blackman. Good morning again, everybody. Glad you didn't leave me by myself in here. Now, Kpmg, although we do not have direct taxes in the Cayman Islands, thank God for that. Kathy, could you shed some light on the type of career a student could have in tax working in the Cayman Islands?
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for having me here. I'm really
You're
excited
very welcome.
to be here. I think it's a really exciting time to be a tax professional in the Cayman Islands. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for young Caymanians and students to pursue a career in tax. To your point that you said earlier, Cayman doesn't have direct taxation. Why do we have a tax group? But at KPMG, we've had a very established tax department for many years. Tax is very dynamic as an industry. It's constantly evolving and changing, which provides a lot of challenges, but also a lot of opportunities. And then I think it's also very relevant to a lot of our client base. So your relevancy brings a huge demand, right? So if you're looking for a long established career, I think tax is where you should be at. I love my audit and my advisory clients, but I think it kind of mixes all three together. So although Cayman doesn't have a direct tax, our clients are very internationally based, and a lot of their investors invest via Cayman. So that's kind of where we come in, and where there's so a lot of structuring and legal structures are created around tax. And so when you bring in Cayman entities, obviously it becomes relevant. There's been a massive amount of changes in the law in the last 5 to 10 years locally in Cayman. So whereas, I think, probably 15 years ago, we were focusing heavily on U.S. tax reporting through Cayman entities, we now have Cayman entities reporting to the local Cayman Tax Authority. And that has created an opportunity that has really expanded our department locally in Cayman. But then also we get to work with our international clients because they have Cayman entities or, Cayman connection and tie, right? So it's been a really, we need people. We want, our students to have the interest to come and join us in the tax group.
I know ICCI, they offer a taxation class.
Yeah.
They do. And most of the kids try to skip out of that one. But
Listen, it's where it's at, guys.
I think I've never done one, but I always think it's fun. I never thought about joining a class. I always keep away from anything like that. But Kathy, what type of projects do you work in tax?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, and Sheena had mentioned earlier, we have a really wide international client base. So I would say our clients can range from Europe to the UK to Brazil to Asia as well, and also they're investing in a lot of places. So the projects we base kind of can range from like annual compliance reporting to investors to advisory projects. And ultimately it's a review and understanding of the law, and really what we try to do is focus on getting the expertise in that specific area, and then communicating and providing services to our clients. So we're breaking down how the rules will apply to them. Some of the projects can be really large, but some can also be kind of the one-off projects, which are really interesting, and you're seeing just different like how businesses and you're working with legal counsel as well, a lot of times, and internal legal counsel as well.
I'm pretty sure you're excited about taxation.
I try.
Very good.
It's early in the morning, and it is tax season. So I told you I had my coffee this morning. I'm ready to go.
Tax season. What type of degree should someone who's interested in tax pursue?
Yeah, so I think an accounting, legal, a business degree is really good for that. I kind of always think that we're a mix of numbers and law. So while I look at numbers a lot, I also do a lot of reading, and we do a lot of reading there and understanding and interpretation of the law and application of the law. So I think a legal, business, and accounting degree is, and then obviously tax.
And yes, Anita, I think it's important for Kathy to provide her story as to how she made her way into tax, because she doesn't have a traditional route.
Yeah.
I think our listeners might be interested in knowing a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
know
thanks,
that you've got
Cindy.
Cindy, we want to hear. You can't.
I actually, I came down to Cayman now over 14 years. Ms. Sheena was my partner that I worked with. I started in audit, and I got my master's actually in audit. It's funny when you say, I never thought of taking a tax class. Actually, when I look back, I was really good at my tax class, but all my friends were doing audit. So I was like, I'll just do audit. and I really enjoyed audit. So I started with, I've been with Kpmg my entire professional career. And I started with audit, and I was really enjoying auditing investment funds. But someone told me, if you want to be a really great auditor, go learn a little bit of tax because it'll make you more relevant in a lot of areas. And so I thought, okay, we had a tax department. I walked upstairs, and we were supposed to be on the 4th floor, the old building, and I talked to the tax partner. I said, if you don't mind, I'd like to give it a try at this. And it just clicked, and but it was really great that I had this audit background. So I had like 4 or 5 years before I moved into the tax, and then I had to kind of relearn kind of the tax side of it, but it clicked really well, and it really shows you like how you can, within Kpmg, there's so many different opportunities. You can you can start in one area and then see, oh, I like what Arnaud's doing over there, or I like what Deanne's doing over in marketing. I want to, have that opportunity to give it a try. And so what was a rotation turned into kind of a long-standing career. So now I'm
You didn't want to be on the people's team?
Well, listen,
she is on our team for sure.
I'm on everyone's team. Yeah. No, and that's the other thing. And I think with Kpmg, your career it's such a wonderful long time that you have it. You think about it, you start it when you're 20, maybe 17 years old at your internship till when you're 60, when you retire or something like that.
Hey, I'm 61. I'm not ready to retire yet.
I'll do your job when I do this. It sounds wonderful to come and have a chat in the morning. But you really get to be involved in so many different areas. So in recruiting, local recruiting, learning and development, I think that takes up a lot of actually. I have a passion for tax, but we do a lot of different things. So, I think when you look at my timesheet or like what I do during the day, it's very variant. So you're really doing a lot of different things.
I think it's just important to also add that a lot of young Caymanians, when they hear tax, they get frightened because all they know and what's been ingrained in them is go into financial services. Mm-hmm. All the jobs are in audit.
Compliance.
So, right. So it's very nice to hear Kathy's story and how she grew throughout our firm and the opportunities that were extended to her. And also she has 3 young Caymanians who start out at scholarship level and work their way through, qualified now. So we do have Caymanians that go through the route and become qualified and have successful careers in our tax department.
Yeah. And that will lead us into Rochelle.
Yay!
Rochelle, being that you were the first recipient of the Novelette A. Ebanks Inspirational Scholarship back in 2015. Tell us about that experience and your career path as a scholar at Kpmg.
Yes, absolutely. And good morning again to everyone listening. So back in 2015, I was the first Novelette Ebanks Scholarship recipient. And with the firm's support, I went to Indiana University, the Kelley School of Business, where I graduated with my bachelor's degree in accounting and business analytics. Decided that why not just stay and, do some more learning. Mm-hmm. Went on and got my master's degree in accounting from the same university as well. Mm-hmm. And my career so far with the firm, I've been there since 2015, working summers now as a full-time employee. The firm has been very supportive every step of the way. From the interview process up until now, where I'm a full-time working with the audit team, and then, just always felt support from the firm. So I'm happy I'm here today, that I can speak on behalf of the firm and what they've done for me.
You think at some point in time you'll join Kathy in tax?
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
You've got an impact as well.
I always say accounting and broadcasting, they're like, you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah. That's true.
You agree? Because not a lot of people like radio broadcast, but it's a radio or television or even print broadcast. People just stay away from it. And it's the same thing with accounting. If you don't love it, that's my thing. If you don't love it, don't even go there because you'll end up not liking it. But you love it.
That's true. Yeah, you have to have a passion for it. And I've been doing accounting since high school, so it's kind of just came easy to me. So it felt like the right career choice.
Okay. I always say it's credit and debit. It's always credit. I can't spend my whole life doing debit and credit, but it's more than that.
Right.
What are some of the other opportunities for young professionals at Kpmg?
Well, after completing my university career, I started with the firm full-time in August 2020. And I took part in what we have now that is called our Becker Program, which is like an intensive CPA program that helps us to study and sit our CPA exams. So basically, the firm provides the time, the resources, live sessions with lecturers directly from Becker, sit in, they teach us the topics in the book, we go through, we ask questions. And I did this for about a month or so, and I was able to pass my exam within 5 months.
Yay! Congratulations! Yeah, congrats.
So for sure, that's one of the programs that I participated in. But of course, there's other programs such as once you're qualified, you go on these secondments all over the world, we've had people that went to the U.S., Norway, Australia, all these places where they go and they get to experience other KPMG firms in other countries and bring that type of experience and, exposure back to our island.
So that's next on your list?
Let's see. I hope so.
You have all
it's
the right...
such a great opportunity,
She has all the right people in the room.
Yeah. Right. That's true.
So, sorry, what were you going to say?
I want to say that, I mean, that's what kind of why I joined KPMG back a few years ago, was because of the global opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah. So...
Global opportunities.
And look at me, I'm here now, so I took it.
Other side of the globe. Rochelle, what advice would you offer to future recipients of the KPMG scholarships?
That's a really good question. I would say I would encourage other young Caymanians not to be afraid to step out of their comfort zone. Like, I went to school all the way in Indiana. That's just a small example, right? Take advantage of opportunities that any opportunity, big or small, that come your way that helps you to progress yourself, either academically or even personally, right? And even take opportunities that take you, if it takes you overseas, go and get the exposure. And of course, you can always bring that exposure back home, bring it to the Cayman Islands, so we can be better contributing citizens to society.
I absolutely agree. And on that note, we're going to take a short break. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
It's in our name. Fried chicken. It's our thing. Others may try, but we have the original. We put the extra and extra crispy. And our secret in everyone's mouth. So if we want to make the best chicken sandwich, we just need to put our name on it. New Kentucky Chicken Sandwich. An abundant triple-breaded filet, premium mayo and pickles, all in a buttered brioche bun. The best chicken sandwich had to be KFC.
Raising children is costly. That is why each year the Ministry of Education provides, through its Early Childhood Assistance Program, funding to assist Caymanian children to attend an early childhood center. For early childhood funding assistance, call the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit at 244-3155 or 936-0267, or download an application form from the Ministry's website at www.gov.ky/education and email the completed form to ecap@gov.ky.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
You're listening to the Business Buzz. KPMG, ignite your future opportunities. We're speaking with Ms. Sheena Hislop, partner over at KPMG. She's the head of local recruitment. So if you want a job, look for Miss Sheena. I'm just kidding. Miss Catherine House. Catherine is in tax. Do you have a professional title, Catherine?
Partner
tax. Partner
Thanks.
tax.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Cindy Reed, manager, learning and talent development, people team. Arno, he is a director, KPMG Impact. Rochelle Gardner, staff accountant and scholarship recipient alumni. We're bigging her up this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And we have from markets and marketing, Miss Deanne Blackman. Now, what is life like at KPMG?
Life at KPMG.
And that would be Deanne taking that one.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
And after this, she's going to get a nice, sweet little raise to her salary.
So life at KPMG is great, and I'm not just saying that. Like, I generally enjoy, working at KPMG. There's so many opportunities outside of, from a professional perspective, or the learning opportunities from an L&D perspective. We have lots of sporting teams, so I used to be a lot more athletic growing up, but it's great to know that, I can still get involved in different sporting teams, from indoor volleyball to softball team. We also have an indoor football team as well, tennis, squash. So, whatever sport that someone may be interested in or may want to learn even, they can get involved in joining one of our teams. The firm, has a huge focus on, our health and well-being. So they'll provide sponsorship for our Kpmg people to participate in different 5Ks or sea swims. I'm not much of a runner, but, it's great to know, like, you have that opportunity available. And from a sports side, we also, have our citizenship committee where we, pride ourselves in wanting to ensure we give back to the community and make a lasting impact, whether not necessarily only through donation and partnering with local charities, but also being able to personally and physically volunteer and, give our time to the different organizations on island. So the firm, allows or provides the time for our people to volunteer and the various initiatives. And, whether that's through our youth agricultural program, if you have a green thumb and you want to, get your hands dirty in the ground, or, if you want to do paired reading, with a, student in our community. So we want to ensure that, we have those different opportunities available. And that's why I said it's great working at KPMG.
So all this falls under the people team?
So
again?
No, this actually, we have a sports committee that we have, and then we also have a citizenship committee that helps to organize the different initiatives, whether it's beach cleanups during, our annual Earth Day cleanup, or just throughout the year. We want to do a department social, we'll do a beach cleanup.
Which we've done.
Can I join your team?
Or walking dogs, if you like animals too, we can do that too. So it's great.
It sounds exciting.
Yes.
Sounds like there's a lot. So there's a good balance, work-life balance as well for you?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, is there a deadline? Let's go back to the scholarship. Is there a deadline to get in applications? And just walk us through the selection process once those applications are received.
Yes, so there is an application deadline. The deadline is April 30th. So remember, April 30th. And so once students apply, you go to our website, kpmg.ky, under the graduates and students section of our careers page. And you will complete the application process through the online portal. Once the application is received, we'll review the application, and the scholarship committee will review it, and there'll be an interview process with the scholarship committee as well. And then from there, you'll find out, if you're a successful candidate. So first and foremost, go to the website and apply for the scholarship.
First step,
go to the website. We're offering scholarship opportunities for students pursuing accounting, information systems accounting, or accounting information systems, actual science, finance, tax, like Kathy has mentioned, sustainable finance, like Arno has mentioned. So there are so many degrees if you're interested in pursuing a career in, definitely apply for our Kpmg scholarship.
How about if you just want to do a general business degree? How does that work?
Well, a general business degree is always valued, because at the end of the day, there are a number of different, as you would know, Miss Anita, working at ICCI, that under a business degree, you have so many different layers to it. You can have a degree and specialize in finance, accounting, entrepreneurship, you name it, the sky's the limit there. So what we would do is we would consider those applicants on a case-by-case basis and look, we have a number of local needs at the moment. So I'd like to also put it out there that our careers site has a number of local opportunities currently at the junior level. So all those Caymanians looking for some work, please do come to our website.
Okay. Now, how can you give me more information on Kpmg generally and your scholarship opportunity? You just give the one for the scholarship, but
Yes.
general, anybody who's browsing. They want to hear more about what you're talking about this morning.
If you want to hear more, visit us or follow us on Instagram at Kpmg_Cayman, and follow us on Facebook as well if you're a Facebook user. We update our Facebook and Instagram as well as our LinkedIn platforms quite regularly with opportunities. But then we also have the information housed on our website. So specifically we have a whole section on our website just for graduates and students. So all the information is there for their internship opportunities. We have more information about work experience as well as the secondment opportunities that Rochelle spoke about, with more information there. And you can even see testimonials from, some of our former internship students or our work experience students. So we have a page just for, students.
An alum, I guess.
An alum.
Okay, we're almost out of time this morning, but before we make our exit stage left, let's start around the room. Cindy, any last words from you?
I guess the last words that I would say is I fully support having conversations with anyone, whether it be KPMG or outside of KPMG, to provide the education. That's what we're all here for. It's a community. Whether you land at KPMG or otherwise, we are here to facilitate those skills that are necessary. I'm visiting a lot of the classrooms, and the local recruitment team is within the classroom speaking about the various opportunities that we have. And I had a young person just the other day that came to me and said, I'm not interested in perhaps what you have, but do you have a network that you could point me to? And I said, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, please do take advantage, as Rochelle said, of all the various opportunities that we do offer. And teachers would have the information as well. Or you can find our details online, as Deanne mentioned, and contact us directly. We look forward to seeing you.
Other parts of the world, it's so hard to get a scholarship. It's so competitive. And to me, we're so fortunate here to be able to, for instance, KPMG offering these opportunities to Caymanians. Come out, take it, okay? Make sure you apply. Rochelle, what do you want to leave us with this morning?
It's definitely everything that Cindy mentioned, and also, don't be afraid to take the opportunities. As I said before, as young professional Caymanians coming up in society, we just want to, pave our way, because we are the future of the island, right? And also, if anyone wants to, reach out to me as well. If you don't feel like you want to talk to the adults in the room, you can, come and talk to me. We can have a conversation. I'm just here to help. Someone paved the way for me, so now I want to help pave the way for someone else.
Did you have a mentor?
Oh, absolutely. I had several mentors throughout the firm, some which were past scholarship recipients as well. So yeah, the firm has a strong mentorship program.
You've been in good hands, and you're still in good hands.
Definitely, still in good hands.
Arno, how about you?
Yeah, anyone who's interested in a career, of course, professionally in sustainability, please apply. We're very excited that we do this for the first time, and really look forward to any applicants there. So it's a fantastic career. I've been in this field for 17 years. It's very rewarding. You actually contribute to the biggest needs in the world in a professional manner. So it's just fantastic. So looking forward to any applicants there.
Awesome. Kathy?
Yeah, I just want to, I think Rochelle did such a wonderful job of kind of explaining and reaching out to her from all the adults. But, I think the partnership is just really committed to our local recruitment. And, I certainly want to see some more applications for tax. It's there. Come, So, and it's a great career at KPMG.
It's a plug for tax. Taxes. How about you, Deanne?
I would say if anyone has any questions, they can email us at localrecruitment@kpmg.ky. That's localrecruitment@kpmg.ky. So if you do have any questions and you want to reach out to us directly, you can email us there.
And that application would eventually get to the hands of Ms. Sheena?
Yes.
Yes?
Definitely.
Any last words from you, Sheena?
I just want to read what everyone else has said. I know we spoke about a number of things here today, but if there's anything else that we haven't spoken about and someone has questions, reach out to us. There's a number of evolving areas like the ESG, and I know there's a number of questions that people have. A lot of our students today, particularly are really passionate about, saving our planet, and so we want to hear from them. They're the youth of tomorrow, and they have a lot of really great ideas. We've interviewed a couple of them, and we've been really impressed. So really do reach out to us so we can get that conversation going.
Thank you, Sean. And thanks to all of you this morning from Kpmg. I feel like I know everything about Kpmg, or almost everything, especially your scholarship opportunities. Thank you, Sheena, and Catherine, Cindy, Arno, and Rochelle, and Deanne. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have you back in the studio at some point in time to talk more about the alums. We want to have the alums in the room.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, about 6 of you in the room. We'll leave everybody, all the adults out. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Thanks to our sponsors this morning. I actually want to say thank you to Reno from Bread and Chocolate. We're going to enjoy some of your cookies as we get off air this morning. Thank you, Reno. Make sure you support our local businesses. Thanks to our sponsors of the Business Buzz this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. And to all our listeners, YouTube viewers, of course, our producer of the Buzz, Ms. Susan Watson, Silver Fox, holding it down this morning until Thursday, March 24th, when we bring you another Business Buzz. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day. From me, your host, Anita Khan. Goodbye.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman